who are the world's most powerful women this year. They are the smartest and toughest female business leaders, entrepreneurs, investors, scientists, philanthropists, and CEOs making their mark in the world today. They're women who are building billion-dollar brands, calling the shots in the financial markets, and crisscrossing the globe to broker international agreements and provide aid.
To do that, and then I like to for you.
It was about how do I want to change the world? How do I want to leave things?
Welcome to Explore the World, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most powerful women 2016. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content.
You know, no country is an island. And the way the corporate world has interconnected itself through supply chains. The way...
Number 10. Patricia Botín, Chair, Santander Group, Banco Santander.
Responsable. Y lo hemos demostrado. Buenos días. Argentina se encuentra en un momento decisivo que plantea grandes...
In 2014, Patricia Botín became one of the most powerful banking executives in the world, and the first woman to head the largest bank in the Eurozone, which as of early June 2016 had a $68.4 billion market cap.
Nuestro compromiso y confianza con el país es firme. Compartir con ustedes tres ideas. Primero, los grandes esfuerzos realizados.
She stepped up to the position of Executive Chairman of Financial Services for the behemoth Santander Group of Spain, the day after her father Emilio Botín death from a heart attack, extending her family's reign over Santander to 4 generations.
Muy importantes de este crecimiento. Y por último, tengo plena confianza en el regreso a una senda de crecimiento sostenible que podría situarse por encima del 3%.
Number 9. Meg Whitman, CEO, Hewlett-Packard.
Companies that have a relatively low margin with a supply chain.
Meg Whitman has been reorganizing business tech firm Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, where she became CEO when the company made its historic split from HP Incorporated in November 2015.
In the United States, we do in Chippewa Falls for SGI, we do in Houston jobs for many, many companies.
In the first half of 2016, Whitman merged the firm's enterprise services business with Computer Sciences Corporation, sold its controlling stake in IT outsourcing firm Infosys, and announced the departure of key executives.
To make sure that our point of view here is well understood, because my view is this actually does not.
Whitman has said the moves will help HP Enterprise focus on data centers and cloud infrastructure amid growing competition in technology services.
Years to set up. So when all those components come in and are taxed, it's not going to be good for companies that...
Number 8. Susan Wojcicki, CEO, YouTube, Google.
Night owl.
Night owl.
Coffee dinner with your kids. How do you two do it?
So I really try to prioritize my time.
Mums may come and go, but Susan Wojcicki's job is to make certain that YouTube profits from every one of them. Google employee No. 16, the company initially rented her Menlo Park garage as its headquarters, has headed up YouTube, the world's largest video platform, since early 2014.
Dad, because he's a professor.
Other than YouTube.
Oh. Ways. Gets me places quickly, efficiently.
In 2006, Wojcicki urged her bosses at Google to purchase the video site, which it did in a $1.65 billion deal. Now YouTube has more than 1 billion unique visitors a month and is valued at an estimated $70 billion.
This is my name.
Sneezing panda.
Probably keyboard cat.
How often do you skip the ad?
Probably.
Number 7. Sheryl Sandberg, COO, Facebook.
Of women in the U.S. workforce. The 132, the fact that he was only competing with half the population.
That's right.
And he tells companies,
That's right.
A year after Facebook Chief Operating Officer, Sheryl Sandberg's husband, SurveyMonkey CEO, Dave Goldberg, died unexpectedly at age 47. She admitted in a May Facebook post that she hadn't written enough about single mothers in her best-selling book, Lean In.
women get interrupted more. Again, we then focus on what we can do. To our stereotypes. You know, as human beings, we don't
In
process.
2016, that's
in
why I'm fascinated by
2016,
this.
look, it's deep within us that we process information.
In November 2015, she donated $31 million in Facebook stock to a charitable fund, the majority of which will go to Lean In, her nonprofit that supports women in the workplace and women's empowerment groups.
and full caregivers, both in the workplace and at home.
And so what do the numbers show about?
When I see a lion, I run. We expect men, even in 2016, all over the world and still in the United States, to be results focused.
Number 6. Christine Lagarde, Managing Director, International Monetary Fund.
Massively on international trade, on movement of people, on,
Christine Lagarde was re-elected in February 2016 to a second 5-year term as head of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, the organization that serves as economic advisor and backstop for 188 countries.
advanced economies, because one big part of the world that we are not talking about enough is that
When she took over in 2011, the world economy was still recovering from the financial crisis and the IMF from an institutional one.
is now sort of embedded in the way in which a lot of people
In the ensuing years, Lagarde has managed to enroll countries as diverse as China, Russia and Britain into the IMF's brand of fiscal discipline, even as they bridle at the stern conditions of her structural loans.
and we have to be as honest as is possible in order to offer our advice, and we will continue doing that.
Number 5. Mary Barra, CEO, General Motors.
Job. They took the challenge just a few short years ago to do the car. We're looking at this subscription service as a way to really let the customer redefine.
The last year was a good one for General Motors CEO, Mary Barra, who marked her 12th anniversary as CEO with a new appointment to chairman of GM.
So how do you then, really important, and we're really excited this year because we think gas prices are going to stay lower for longer. We think, barring something unforeseen, we're going to have another really strong market in the United States.
The promotion came as no surprise. Barra, a 36-year veteran of the company, has driven strong domestic sales, steady performance in Europe and new growth in China's SUV and luxury markets.
Improving the efficiency of the internal combustion engine, diesels, etc.
It's a noticeable comeback for the automaker, which only 2 years ago was contending with the recall of 30 million cars.
That we're going to continue on and have a huge range of vehicles. So we haven't announced them yet. We're going to see more coming. And I think once you have the...
Number 4. Melinda Gates, Cochair, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Gone. And if you really believe, as she's older, she says, I completely get it now. I get why you work. And she says, I want to be a working mom one day. Absolutely. A mom and a working mom.
Melinda Gates has cemented her dominance in philanthropy and global development to the tune of $4.2 billion in giving in 2015 and more than $36.7 billion in grant payments since she founded the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation with her husband in 2000.
That's the soft issue. And what I've come to learn through doing this work is no, it's the hardcore issue. It's the thing we have to solve if you want to increase. I guess one of the most recent ones is...
Her work has inspired other big donors and has changed the way funders think about effective philanthropy. Highly targeted campaigns coupled with data-driven monitoring and global collaboration.
Than men. Well, in the United States, it has to do with a lot of single motherhood. There are many women who are single-headed households and struggling to make...
Number 3. Janet Yellen, Chair, Federal Reserve, United States.
There would be essentially... I certainly share President Kashkari's...
Janet Yellen, Chair of the United States Federal Reserve System, has been reluctant to raise domestic interest rates. Since beginning her tenure in 2014, she has hiked rates just twice, including a tweak in December 2016.
Are working hard on the living wills and simplifying their structure of the banking system. And so we have...
Performing neither as wizard nor innovator, Yellen instead asserts her power by way of plain sentences and easy logic, making it easy to forget that the Yale and Brown-educated economist is perhaps the world's top market mover.
We've identified strategies that could be supervision. So I think the odds of failure of large financial institutions is lower. But we're also dealing...
Number 2. Hillary Clinton, presidential candidate, United States.
Them because I'm really sad that so many. These are the cutest kids. Wow. They are so.
If Hillary Clinton is elected president in November, it will be a historic milestone in a career already defined by firsts. She is the first and only First Lady to run for public office, the first woman to be elected senator, from New York, and the first woman to advance this far in a presidential race.
But I don't get to watch them as much as I used to because I'm in an airplane or I'm standing on a stage. Fabulous. What kind of advice do I give to 5-year-olds? Really love being 5. You know.
Clinton continues to hold the lead in a prolonged primary, despite Emailgate revelations that she used her private email address and server while at the State Department.
Maybe even a little later, but if I can get to bed earlier, I try to do that. And then I like to get up at like 6. I do have a bedtime, but it's really late, so you should not do this, okay?
Number 1. Angela Merkel, Chancellor, Germany.
Die Abschaffung des Optionsmodells beschlossen. Wir zu wenig Personal im Bundesamt für Migration und Flüchtlinge. Jetzt haben wir das Thema der Rückführung von abgelehnten Asylbewerbern. Und so müssen wir.
As populist, right-wing political movements spring up around the world, many have labeled Germany's Chancellor as the last bastion of Western liberal power.
Ich habe mich sehr dafür eingesetzt, dass wir das EU-Türkei-Abkommen haben. Wir wollen solche Abkommen mit anderen Ländern.
Eigentlich verhindern.
Nein, das stimmt nicht. Also für die Transition haben wir uns schon 2000.
Merkel, who faces a challenging re-election bid in 2017, has been tasked with maintaining a united European front in the wake of Brexit, balancing growing Russian influence on the continent, and managing more than 1 million migrants who have entered Germany in recent years.
Insofern glaube ich, wird sehr schnell Anträge bearbeitet werden. Bei der Burka bin ich ganz verwundert. Ich war noch nie dafür. Ich habe nur immer darauf hingewiesen, dass man nicht alles.
More music and entertainment countdowns published every day. Be sure to subscribe to Explore the World.